And the Federal Reserve says that they're going to raise the interest rates a quarter of a percentage point from between 1.75 to 2%. Also, in a further signaling of a tightening of the money supply, the Federal Reserve says they're going to raise the interest rates paid on excess reserves and balances to 1.95%. The Fed raises the primary credit rate to 2.5%. That's a tick up of a quarter percent. Now, they believe that inflation will be near 2% target level with a strong labor market conditions. Federal data shows that household spending is actually driving some of this with strong labor market conditions. Now, the Fed data shows that household spending has picked up and investment is growing strongly. Now, the Fed says that there are risks to economic outlooks, but it's roughly balanced going forward. So there is no language in this at all about a possible trade war or anything related to trade, just that they're watching international developments. Now, the Fed also removed very significantly the information about forward guidance going forward. The Federal Reserve removing any of that from this year's. Now, the Fed does believe that the economy is improving, and they say that the employment rate will drop, or they believe the employment rate will drop to 3.6% by the end of the year, by the end of 2018. Now, the Fed does believe, though, that long-run unemployment will stay at around 4.5%. The Fed believes that the PCE inflation for March is about 1.9%, just under their target range of 2%. By the end of the year, though, they say that's going to rise just above that to 2.1%. The core inflation for March, again, 1.9% and rising to 2.2% by the end of the year. Adam?
Ed, I know that we're going to have the press conference with Chairman Jerome Powell. Any idea what the key questions are going to be there? Will it be about the summary of economic projections? Will it be about going to maybe even 4 interest rate increases this year? What do you think?
I'm sorry, Adam, could you repeat that?
I know we have the press conference with Jerome Powell coming up at 2:30, and we're going to carry that live here on Fox Business. Any idea what the key question is going to be? Is it going to be about a potential for 4 interest rate increases this year, or will it be about sustaining the path of 3?
You know, and I think it's going to be something about both. It's sort of where the economy is going looking forward. Trade is going to probably play a big role in all of this, where the commissioner, the Fed chairman, believes that this trade war possibly could happen or could not happen. That could signal a heating up or a slowing down of the economy, and then that would relate to whether we're going to see 3 or 4 hikes. But again, this rate hike, just the second of this year going forward, we'll have to see exactly what happens at the news conference and the thinking inside the Fed coming up.